Hello, Tarot Tubers. Welcome. I'm Colleen, and this is the Tin Can Tarot channel. And today I'm going to do a little bit of a walkthrough through my Tarot to Go bag. This is my version of the Travel Altar videos that are out there, because I basically use this for everything I need to do to set up a sacred reading space for my work in the shops when I go in and read. All the readers are required to kind of set up their own space. So I come in, I set up, I pack it back up, and I go. And so it has to be really efficient and keep everything nice and safe. And the only thing that changes in here mostly are the tarot decks. They will be changed in and out. But other than that, this stays intact with the little adjunct on the top and all. When I packed this, I couldn't fit the tablecloths in, and I didn't want to put a smaller tablecloth in. I wanted to use this one. It covers a large space. It creates a beautiful atmosphere, and it just is convenient. With a simple tablecloth, I have changed the mood and created a sacred space. So I rigged it with a belt, and it works really well. Now, I used to use a bag, but everything sort of knocked around into each other, and I would be digging in and just dropping things on top of each other. So I wanted to create a little space where everything kind of had its place, and I knew no matter how much things got shuffled around, everything was self-contained within it and able to maintain its own integrity. And so this is how it looks inside. Oops. Voila. It's not so easy to do this. I'm going to lay it back down. All right, so what have we got in here? It's really simple. There's not a lot. This is my receipt book. So when I do a reading, I have filled this out. I turn it in, and they pay me. These are tarot and oracle decks. I usually have 2 of each, so I can decide, depending on the querent or the person that comes in, I might want one deck over the other. There's a notebook in the bottom so that I can take notes. I can jot down ideas. I am reading in a shop, so sometimes I get to grab a book and I might want to take notes on it and put it back on the shelf. In the little side pocket here, I hold my waters. There's 2 kinds. There is my rose water, which is my blessing and my evocation for my guides. And then there's my lavender hand sanitizer, which I use as we start the reading. We spray our hands, and then that way I can let the client touch the deck. I usually let them cut. I don't have them shuffle, but I do want them to cut a little bit. And so these are our 2 waters, rose and lavender. Yummy, right? Inside here are self-contained packages because I didn't want these things bouncing around. I wanted them to be kept safe. And so the first one in here is my little mascot guy, who you may or may not have seen in the video if you've ever seen the intro video. And this is Little Smoke. And I would be so sad if he chipped or broke. I mean, he's not an expensive thing, but I have designated him my mascot. He's based on Little Smoke from the Carlos Castaneda books, when he would smoke and he would fly with the raven and he would be able to broaden his perspective. It was through Little Smoke that he did that. And so Little Smoke is part of my ceremony, and he holds the Palo Santo after we've smudged. So he's carrying the sacred wood. He's carrying the sacred messages and prayers, right? So I don't want him to chip. And then to keep things light, I don't use anything but light wood for tea candles if I use them. And then I just keep a small piece of matches and a small piece of crystal. And this might change, but so far this has been in there for a while because it's symbolic, and it's Smoky Quartz. So again, if you're going through the Smoky Quartz, it's representative of my Toltec mythology, which is the smoky veil, going through the veil, right, to the other side. The smoky veil is our illusions, and we want to acknowledge that we are working through an illusion most of the time when we are dealing with the other side or higher messages. So we can clear that up. So that's a good symbol for me. And then this is a box that this came in that I turned into a basket because it fit, and I didn't have a basket that fit. And it's my hourglass, and with this is how I do the timing. As above, so below, right? This is my wheel, make it so. And as the sand goes, we do too, our flow, right? Oh, sorry, I'm showing that. I was looking at it. I apologize. Okay, so that's the interior of all that's inside this bag, which closes up so quickly. I just wrap things up. I put them like this. I get everything out. I get my basket to the table. I put little Smoke back in there. I make sure he's covered. We've got our little lightweight candle holder and tea candles. We close it up so that this doesn't fly out, so he doesn't fly out. Now that's in its integrity. Put the bags in. Now these decks I put in my bags. These are Tarot Keeper bags that can be found on my Etsy shop, the Tarot Keeper. This is an idea of what they look like. I keep a couple of those with me at all times. Put my receipts back in. Put my sacred waters back in. Well, I guess they go first. I close it up. I put the tablecloth on. I get my leather belt in place, and I'm ready to go home. That quickly, that easily. So let's lay it all out on the table and we'll look at it closer. I'll be right back. Okay, here's everything out on the table that I take with me 4 days a week to the shop to do professional readings. It's not a lot, but it's enough. It's everything I need. It's got the fire, water, earth, air. It's got as above, so below. It's got purity, spirit, divinity. And why do I call it that? Because we are cleansing and now purifying ourselves before we touch the cards, before we get a reading. And now that it is our everyday, we're having everyday sacred. So it is now sacred. So it's now our divinity, along with our tarot, our what I call my delivery system for the information. And it's great because the only thing that has to change is I get to change out the tarot deck with something that I might be feeling more like the next day. And sometimes I usually have a tarot and an oracle with me, to be honest. Yeah. And if it's a special occasion, I might change out the candle. I might put in something that's a little more festive. I might bring a little vase with a little bit of flowers in it. But otherwise, this is my tarot to go. What's your tarot to go? I'd love to see it. Send me a link. Hashtag tarot to go. I've seen altar spaces to go, and this is mine. This is my version of an altar space to go. Thank you so much for joining, and I really appreciate sharing with you my tarot practices as I become more contributing to this abundant, glorious tarot community of ours. So until I see you all again, may you enjoy love, peace, happiness, abundance, and contributions to the goodness of this world. Blessed be, and namaste, y'all.